This week it's Oops All Like a Dragon with our good friend Phungtime. Mike is here. He has never played any of these games. I just played all of them in the past 2.5 weeks. I didn't have a job until a week ago. This is Storymoders. Welcome back to the Storymoders podcast. My name is Robert, his name is Mike, and our good friend joining us for the first time, Brendan, a.k.a. Phungtime, KFBF. Hey, welcome in.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for joining us tonight. This is going to be a fun one. Been looking forward to this one. Been working on this one for the last year or so. That sounds like I put way more work into this podcast than just playing a shitload of games. Back to back. But
it turns out it wasn't
Yeah, it wasn't unemployment. No, don't worry about that. That's not the reason that I played it.
It wasn't unemployment. It was fun employment.
You got it.
Which can kind of tie into one of the games too. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's up, Riley?
God damn it. Now I forgot his name, and I'm happy that I fucking forgot his name. Mike, who's the character that I hate in Like a Dragon? Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Any of them?
No, the homeless fucker from Yakuza Like a Dragon.
The weird businessman into baby play.
No, that's a Yakuza fucking... That's a leader of a family. Okay?
Just get to word vomiting already, god damn it.
Phungtime, welcome in. How are you tonight?
I am doing well. I'm really excited to talk about all things Yakuza and Like a Dragon with y'all. This is like my first time being on a podcast in my adult life, so I'm really excited and
hold on,
excited to see where the conversation takes us.
In your adult life?
I mean, like I remember in high school, like me and my friends like would record just us talking about things. So those are podcasts, but yeah, this is like the first time in adult life with what I guess modern podcasting has become. Yeah.
Okay. That makes more sense. All right, Mike, we have been the first podcast for so many people.
Seriously,
and I'm super jazzed about that.
That is awesome. Really is.
Yeah. But Brandon, Phungtime, we will get to you momentarily. Okay. First, though, Mikey, how you doing, buddy? I miss you. I miss you every day of my life.
Aw, I miss you too, buddy. Yeah. I'm doing good. I've got the appropriate beverages for this evening.
Japanese beer.
As you have no idea how much self-control I had to exercise not getting every Japanese tall boy that Harmon's has.
Mm-hmm.
Because, boy, they've got regular Sapporo. They've got Sapporo Black. They've got Sapporo Reserve. They've got Asahi Dry in both a can and a bottle. They've got like 3 different kinds of Kirin Ichiban. So I'm like, all right.
You know, it's great when you when people talk about like, oh, Utah, you can't do anything in Utah, you can't drink anything. Utah has like the weirdest, most weird liquor laws for sure, but just some of the widest fucking variety of breweries and distilleries out here.
Just so weird.
It's
just like
fucking. You go to Salt Lake, you throw a rock, you'll hit 20 of them because they'll bounce off the buildings.
Honestly, yeah.
And they're all good except for that one that's not.
You know, that one.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm happy to see you. I'm happy you're here.
I'm happy to see you too. I've also picked something else up on my way home from work in addition to the tall boys.
Was it a short boy?
No.
It's a big boy.
It's a wide boy.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. This motherfucker's getting ready for Forza Horizon 6. Speaking of Japan, this whole episode's about Japan now, isn't it?
It's it already JDM centric.
But yeah, my shirt has Japanese writing on it. I think I actually don't know.
That looks Japanese to me.
Yeah,
close enough.
I don't know. It's an Enter Shikari shirt, so I'm pretty sure it's not offensive. But
Probably. Oh, but yeah, no, I got that. If I had, made dinner, we put some mulch out in part of our front yard. So if I didn't have to do that, I would have set this thing up, and I would have probably been ignoring most of this because I would be playing Horizon 5
it's fair.
on my HDR, like 2K, like giant fucking curved monitor.
Oh man, I'm excited for that. We are having our first Storymoders community night.
Yes, after months of talking about it.
Yeah, that's going to be on May 22nd, and that's going to be Forza Horizon 6. It is on Game Pass, Xbox, and PC. It is fully cross-play. So if you are getting the game, if you have Game Pass, join us on Friday, May 22nd. We'll get the time and everything sorted here in the next few days, and then we'll start posting more about it. The game technically comes out on, I believe, the 19th, but you can get up to 4 days early access on the 15th. So
yeah,
go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Which might be happening for your boy.
What my thought process is because I figured you were going to get the early access. I'll do the premium upgrade so I can get the early access.
Oh yeah.
And then the episode, the episode that week on the day the game comes out, it'll be us basically reviewing the 4 days that we've played it so far. That'll be that week's Storymoders, and then the Friday will be our community event.
Hell yeah.
That sound good to you,
like
Mikey?
it. Oh, sounds good to me. I just got to kind of look at the calendar and, pay schedules and all that stuff and see.
Yeah.
Because again, I love these games. I love driving and racing games. But man, this, no matter how much you dick around with the settings, isn't going to really replace having a wheel in your hands and having it kind of fight back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So it's gotta find a way to scrape together a few more pennies. So hey, if anybody needs a photographer out there, I'm available.
Yep, and he's good. He's
Damn
available
right.
and good. Like, I'm available, but I'm dog shit at taking any pictures.
No.
So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Brendan, Phungtime, BP. We'll figure something out here. Because he seems like a fun guy.
So Mike calls me P time because he can't remember or doesn't know how to pronounce it.
No, it's not that he can't remember. He can't read. I love the guy.
Who?
All right. Snowbike Mike. He can't read.
Oh, yeah, he's functionally illiterate, and we love him for it.
We do. We fucking love him. I emailed him today to invite him onto an episode that he will probably not see until well after we record it.
Until 3 weeks after.
Yep. And he'll be like, "Oh, sounds fun. When should I be there?" But
oh man, you and that medium whatever fucking European kit you got.
God damn it. P time. The P time works, I think, for me too.
Yeah.
We have well, actually, before I ask this, let people know, for those who may not know you, who are you? What do you do? What was so special about our pre-show music?
Yeah, so Brendan, I am an avid gamer, but when I on the nights that I'm not gaming, I am part of a band called Indigo Elephant here in the San Francisco Bay Area, where we write music and perform. And actually just last Friday we got to play a gig in San Francisco that was like our first sold out show in a while, playing with
oh hell yeah,
all these other like just playing in front of a packed place. So that was really cool and surreal, playing with other cool bands. So if you're interested, please check out my band Indigo Elephant. We put out a record last year, and we're also currently in the process of writing new music as well. So that's something that will be out later this year as well.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. When are you coming to Utah? When are you guys touring?
We actually do want to make it out to Utah, but I think because touring costs money, it might be something we do next year, because all of this year's funds and budgets are probably going to go into recording our next release.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Understandable.
But it's on the brain. We know some bands out in Salt Lake that we want to connect with and do a show trade.
Well, if whenever you want to, hit me up, and I know Mike and I both know one of the guys who runs some of the small, no offense, some of the small venues out here. Sure. You know, that a lot of touring bands hit up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So at least to get some contact info there. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, he'll do whatever. No, just be like, hey, here's the person that you want to talk to. You know.
Fair.
Yeah. So, yeah, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. And we have a question that we ask all of our first time guests. Okay. Where I'm assuming you already know what I'm going to ask because you listen to every episode. What is the first game you ever played, and what is your favorite game of all time? 2 very simple questions.
Of course, yeah. So I believe the first game I ever played was on PC, and it was one of those edutainment games. It was gosh, I can see the cover and I prepared, but now I'm blanking on it. But it was like Little Thinker's Kindergarten or something like that. I think that was one of the if we're going back, one of the first video games I played, it was one of those. My favorite video game of all time, though, my favorite video game of all time that I could go back to and play all the time is probably Kingdom Hearts 2. I think that is a special game, for me, and I could literally replay it every year and not get bored of it. So
yeah, Mike loves Kingdom Hearts, right, Mike?
Boy, howdy, do I ever.
Yep.
Just.
Yep. He loved those 3 weeks last year where we only talked about Kingdom Hearts games and then quizzed him on them.
Especially when you surprised me out of nowhere with one of them.
Yeah. Man, that's fun times.
Indeed.
Okay. So tonight we are talking about one of, if not the most Japanese games that has ever come to the West. And that is Yakuza, aka Like a Dragon. Series has been going on for at least 45 years, I'm assuming. I don't want to look up when the first game came out. 45, 50, 75 years. I think the first one was on the Atari 2600. It was known as E.T. After that, they got better.
Nailed it.
The second one was on the NES. It was the original Super Mario, because Super Mario Bros. 2 wasn't Super Mario Bros. 2. It was a Japanese game called Doki Doki Panic, which translates to Like a Dragon -1, which is what happens before 0, where, the whole world's fucking crazy. And then, things end, and then you get to Yakuza 0. So, actually, the story of Doki Doki Panic is you're playing as Saejima and you're killing a bunch of people. It's underneath, a fun veneer, but that's the whole game. It's a depressing and very dark game, if you don't think about it, or if you do think about it, really. But I don't know how much of that was true. I don't know if any of it was true. I wanted to play a clip really quick before I do something that I do every episode, because I got called out, Mike.
Oh?
I got called out. Let's go over to the big screen. So, Kind of Funny Games Daily last week. They were doing the top story was actually a quote from it was from a video that our good friend TKS Mantis posted, where he interviewed former Fallout dev Chris Avallone, and there were quotes out of that, and that was the headline for Kind of Funny Games Daily was specifically a quote about how Obsidian, or they can't remake Fallout New Vegas because Bethesda doesn't have the source code because the head developer of New Vegas refused to give it over, something like that. So during the episode, he's talking about the quotes, and he referred to TKS Mantis as TK's Mantis and TK Mantis. So I sent in you're wrong, just being like, hey, this is how you pronounce the name. Okay.
Attaboy.
As be like, hey, he said this is what he is.
This is what it really is.
So this was him reading the "You're wrong"
Stoner's promo. Let's see if we got
here
anything
we go.
wrong over on You're Wrong.
Never.
We never get anything
Never.
wrong. There's only one here.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Hawk says, during the
Audio.
first story about
Okay,
the
there is.
potential New Vegas remaster, Greg referred to the YouTube channel as TK's Mantis and TK Mantis. The channel is pronounced TKS Mantis, as confirmed by him when he guested on Storymoders breakdown of Fallout Season 2, Episode 1, The Innovator. Shocking that someone with a bad YouTube name would go on a podcast with a bad name. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Story Motors. Oh, so like a car motor?
Yeah.
No, like story mode with an R. Oh,
Greg?
but has anyone in the history of the entire fucking planet ever said motor? Like I'm a motor? And
Wow.
then Mr. Hawks goes no and opens his 5th fucking beer on the podcast. You ever hear this guy do an interview?
No.
He's drinking beer.
Really?
I'm so impressed, Mr.
That's
Hawks.
dope, actually.
Mr. Hawks having a great time
That's
recording his
awesome.
podcast. Everyone go
Oh.
listen to Story Motors.
do
I
that.
do love listening in. As you can tell, I am a fan. I've been there.
Been there.
And that's it
All
for
right.
another episode of Kind
Yeah.
of Funny
So,
Games
That
Daily.
happened. That
But
happened last week, and I was about to open my beer, and I
Amazing.
was like, let's time that in. Let's time that in.
Good call.
Okay. So as we see here, we're just gonna play some gameplay footage from my last streamed Yakuza game. I actually played this game well ahead of this, but I found a mod. I figured out how to do mods on PC, so I played as Spider-Man. Phungtime,
So you had Marvel
what's your
Spooderman 3.
yeah? What is your history with the Yakuza series? When did you start playing them? Like, what was your first one?
Yeah,
Fill
yeah.
us in here.
So the first time I started playing Yakuza was when I was back in university for my undergrad, and while I was traveling in Hong Kong, I found like a really cheap copy of a game called Yakuza 0. And I had heard about the Yakuza franchise for a while just from articles and then social media. Like, surprisingly, I think it was an article on Kotaku that was like, these are like the best games to play for that. So I saw it and I was like, I'll pick it up. From there, starting at Yakuza 0, I just like, man, this is amazing. Like, I was like, what is this? But it really hooked me in with the combat and the side stories. It felt like I was like playing this like every single filler episode of Naruto and that I've ever like watched before. But I loved it, and then from there I just started playing. Well, where's the next one? Where's the next one? And I felt like I got in at a really great time because soon after starting playing that, they announced Yakuza Kiwami, which was the remake of 1, and so I was like, okay, I'll start playing that. And then after that, Yakuza 2 came out, and I was like, okay, like I'll get that. And then they had put out 6, but I was like, like I should play like those beginning ones. Should I break a PS3 and start finding all the old ones? And they're like, here are all the remasters. So I just powered through them with my partner at the time, and just have ended up playing every single like Yakuza that has been released on modern consoles, I would say. And
Okay.
it's just a great world to always come back to because it really is just this great story that just keeps kind of going on, that you can have all these games to play.
Yeah, and it's very what's the word now? Fuck, now I can't remember the word. Impressive. That like it is the same story, and you can actually follow the story of, Kiryu Kazuma or Kazuma Kiryu through all of these games, and they all, you still do get some like inconsistencies every once in a while, but it's hey, here's fucking 9 games starring this dude, and this happens right after this next game, and the way that they use the same, I think some people, may think of it as lazy, but the way they use like the same worlds that they built and just like areas that they built to then tell further stories is great. Not every game has to redo their entire world every time they want to tell a story. And I think what they do is really, really smart. Now, for me, the first one that I played was actually Yakuza Like a Dragon, which is number 7 in the mainline series. But it's this is a weird series. Yeah, Mike, great yawn. Gabi loved it. We're already making him fall asleep. Drink, Mike. Mikey, drink.
Threaten me with a, you know.
Yeah. Hey, Greg likes it.
Cheers.
So.
Hey, I can't wait for him to come on and me to be weirdly hostile.
If he ever comes on here, it's not going to end well. Mike's going to be like, I've got a list of grievances. I'm airing my list of grievances right now. Come on.
Storymoders? How about you go to fucking Warby Parker and get a new goddamn prescription, Craig? It's a D.
All right, but no, so yeah, for me it was Yakuza Like a Dragon, and it was because they added it to Game Pass, actually. So I hadn't played any of the games, and only knew the face of the main character, and then I played Yakuza Like a Dragon, and he wasn't in it, and I was like, is this the right game? What the fuck? So with it being Yakuza Like a Dragon is the 7th mainline game, but it is the first mainline game where you actually just don't play as Kazuma Kiryu at all. And it's like a brand new story, but then it still ties into the story that they've been telling for the past 6 mainline games and 2,700 fucking spin-offs. And everything just, still goes together. And I've said this before on the podcast where I love a game or like a story with like a complicated lore that the developers then have to play in. Mm-hmm. And canon is whatever. Canon's not a thing, but I fucking love it because I think if developers, when they're making the games and everything, they have like, oh, we can't just do whatever we want. We have to fit inside this box. It forces them to be more creative and to be able to like tell a story like this and to keep going every game and be like, okay, well, we've done this or we haven't done this, but it would go against kind of this. And I think for the most part, they do a great job. It does get a bit fantastical at times. Like, look at this game. You're just fucking Spider-Man for no goddamn reason. Why? Because I can, that's why. Storymoders, fuck you, Gabi. Jesus Christ. That's a good tagline, though.
Really is.
It's a great tagline. Somebody call up Friendship Design.
There it
We
is.
need a rebrand.
Cameron.
Yeah. God damn it. Now we gotta give Gabi money if we use it.
No, we don't.
You're right. Fuck him.
Yeah.
But yeah, after I played that one, I think actually the next game that I tried to play after that was the game that I'm playing right now, Like a Dragon Ishin.
Oh.
And that was a bad idea.
Why was that a bad idea?
So, Like a Dragon Yakuza Like a Dragon, and it's gonna get confusing. So, the game series in the East has always technically been called Like a Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
But in the West, when they released it here, they named it Yakuza because that's kind of it's the branding. It's Yakuza. Oh my god, it's Yakuza, and it's Japanese GTA. That's essentially how they were trying to kind of pitch it. Where really it's not. But
not at all.
but like that was kind of the pitch when the games were released in the West. When the first game was released in the West. Also, for a long time, the first Yakuza game on PS2 in the West was the only one that had an English dub. And it starred Mark Hamill as Goro Majima. That's the only name that I know off the top of my head, because it's fucking Mark Hamill. And it's like, oh yeah, you're playing the Joker. Got it. Great range, Luke. I'm just kidding. He's fucking perfect. But... that was, so it was called Yakuza in the West, so they could be like, hey, it's Yakuza, it's Japanese GTA. But when the 7th game came around, Yakuza Like a Dragon is a subtitle for the game, kind of like Resident Evil. In Japan, the Resident Evil series is referred to as Biohazard, but in the West, it's Resident Evil. So when, oddly enough, the 7th game came out, it was Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. And then it was, send Nuggies with the raid.
Nuggies with
Welcome
the raid.
in. Welcome in, Nuggies, with the raid. Welcome in, everybody. We are Storymoders, the the engine of gaming opinions, apparently, thanks to Gabi.
Yeah. Look at all them nuggies.
Look at all them Nuggies. We've got the homie, the KFBF Phungtime here. He is to my right, left? I don't
Somewhere
that way.
You're your right, stage left.
Stage left.
There it is.
That's it. It's my stage left. This is Phungtime. Everybody say hello. We are talking about the Yakuza / Like a Dragon series right now, going over the quick history of the series. Hawk, welcome in. First time chat from a raider. Adam, the Illithid.
The Illithid.
I can't read. Sup, Jamil. I recognize that name. The Hawk, I recognize that name. Erdy Cooper, welcome in. Send Nuggies, we love you. You are great. Big Hammer is here.
Big Hammer.
Big Mjolnir. I think Mike, once again, Snowbike Mike ism. Says Big Hammer because he's like, nobody can say it. Nobody can say Mjolnir.
Again,
right.
Proving my theory that he's functionally illiterate.
Yes, he is. So, yeah, Mike, back to the kind of quick rundown. So, the 7th game in the series came out. It is called Yakuza Like a Dragon, and it is, gameplay-wise, almost a complete departure from the series that we've had so far. So everything up until that point, as you can see, it's like this game that we're watching right now, which is Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name. And it is, real-time action where you start fights and you're just, hitting buttons. Since I play it on easy mode, I just button mash and it's fun. And you do combos and shit, and you have different fighting styles and everything. But then with Yakuza Like a Dragon, now all of a sudden, it's a turn-based RPG. Because why not? I'm not mad at it. Phungtime, were you mad at it?
I don't think I was mad about it, but I just remember when they announced it, especially after playing 6, being like, I guess, but how is this gonna translate? Yakuza is all about the combos, all about you kind of just fighting 3 people at once. How is this gonna translate to something like Persona? That's and just being like, man, he's off doing something. Call it something else, maybe instead of Yakuza.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what they did with kind of, fully embracing the Like a Dragon, name in the West now, which is why that was the, actually, no, wasn't the last one that is called Yakuza? No, because we got Kiwami 3, so that's still technically, that was the last one with, Yakuza at the beginning, and then we also got Pirate Yakuza, which is that's just the, a side mission. Also, I love that. I love the fact that, and I don't know if it was the idea to go turn based, but they did that April Fool's joke. Did you know about this, P-Time?
I remember this. You bring it up. I vaguely remember this. You're like, so funny, and then it turns out it was actually real, and people were like, okay.
Yeah, RGG Studio. Before they had announced Yakuza Like a Dragon, showing it off, they did a thing for April Fools, and it was like, hey, here's a trailer for the new game, and it was essentially that, and it was those characters, and it was in a turn-based battle mode, and people are like, oh, that's funny. I kind of would want to play that though, that looks cool, but it's a funny thing, and then I think shortly after they're like, oh yeah, that's what we're doing, by the way, here we go.
That's a deep pull. I did not remember that until you brought that up.
So everything that I know about this game, I've learned after the fact. So after Yakuza Like a Dragon, I've just deep dived into this series. But yeah, that game tells the story of Ichiban Kasuga, who is now the main character, and then you do you do cross paths with Kiryu or Kazuma Kiryu. And then the most recent mainline game, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, you kind of play as both of them. The story, whoever you're playing as at the time, it's kind of story based. So yeah, there are 8 games in the main series. How many there's so
9.
many side games. and we'll go through a tier list later. But P-Time, I want to ask you what. So your first one was Yakuza 0.
That was my first one, yeah.
Okay. What have you played Yakuza 0 Director's Cut?
I have not. I got it, but I ended up kind of just watching all the new stuff on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. And you've, as someone who's played the entire series, what if someone came up to you and they're like, "Hey, I want to get into the Yakuza series. What should I start with?" What do you go to?
So I actually had this conversation recently with my wife because I was like, "You really got to play this." Like, and I think there are two starting points that you can do it. It is either Yakuza 0, and if you like kind of punch 'em up, button mashing gameplay, that's it. But if you need something slower, maybe you're like the reaction time's not as fast, then go 7 Like a Dragon with Ichiban, and she actually chose to start with Like a Dragon, and that's what she's currently been playing through as well. So those are the kind of the two starting points based on what I'd say like people's like backgrounds or gaming preferences.
Okay, so you would go with 0 instead of like Kiwami, if on that side of things. Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay. All right. Yeah, our friend Neo Aoshi, who is not here or he actually might be lurking, but he also might not be listening because he is
a coward.
Technically playing Yakuza 0, even though he's never gonna fucking go back to it. He'll say he will, but he fucking won't. We know he won't.
He's just playing Pragmata all the time.
He's playing Pragmata. He's playing Soros. All these other games that aren't Yakuza 0. He's pissing off Shonen in chat every week.
Somebody tell him to get in chat and defend himself.
Yeah, he won't.
If you want a real good game series about the relationship between a father figure and a daughter, play the whole Yakuza series.
My god, yes.
Right? Yeah.
Thank you, Zaki G74. 4 months.
Thank you for the sub, my friend. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Zaki G has been on the podcast before. Almost everybody in chat has been on the podcast before, and we love all
honestly,
of you. Yeah. It's I'm a big kind of funny best friend. Mike is a kind of funny close acquaintance.
Tertiary best friend.
Yeah. So we
I'm
have
a guy
lot
you see on the train every now and again.
Yeah, we have a lot of cool people, and like P-Time said earlier, it's his first time being on a podcast. We've been a lot of people's first podcast, and I fucking love that.
So let's Mad Exposure said some pretty cool peeps right here.
It's true.
Yep.
So P-Time, we'll do like a full on tier list later. Okay, like I said, as someone who is now you've played all the games. What side games have you played? You said kind of everything on modern consoles. So Pirate Yakuza, Gaiden.
Pirate Yakuza, Gaiden, Ishin. I also played through the Lost Judgment games as well. I don't think I finished it, but I do even remember getting that Fist of the North Star game on PS4 as well, which is just that, but in that universe. So so I think I've played all of them on my modern consoles and finished at least the ones that are more related to the main story.
What do you think of the Judgment games?
So I found the Judgment games pretty refreshing at the time, because before all these remakes I was like, man, I played through 7 at the time. That was really great, but I was like, I do miss, but are they ever gonna go back to the beat 'em up fighting? So being able to play Judgment and Lost Judgment, I found really cool. It was for those who still wanted the old school Yakuza stuff, when it seemed like they were just going to do only RPG stuff at the time, moving forward.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to kick us off of that stream screen so I could just change things. For Raiders, we did watch a little kind of funny clip of Greg Miller shitting on Storymoders and also saying that he's a fan and calling me a drunk. Actually, no, let's do...
And then you missed the part where I said once he gets on here, I'm going to call him blind and stupid.
Yep.
This is
So
the kind of vibe you get here, baby.
so we'll definitely like we'll dive, you know, obviously we're going to do a big old dive on the Yakuza series. That's this whole episode, but this is Judgment. Judgment is, once again, it's something that goes back to what I said earlier, where they're using the same, you know, world that they built and telling a new story in it. So Judgment, you play as this other character, and he's a detective. That might be why I wasn't a big fan of it, because, you know, ACAB includes him. And also, yeah, so I tried playing Judgment. It was... When was it? I think it was like before I played through 3. So I'd finished Yakuza Kiwami 2.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I want to finish this before Kiwami 3 comes out, and then I want to get Kiwami 3, and that's how I'm going to play 3. And then I didn't. I just played 3. Still haven't played Kiwami 3. I will, maybe one day. Probably really soon.
This could be pretty bad.
But I was waiting for Kiwami 3, and I was like, oh, you know, Judgment, I can get like I can get it on sale for pretty cheap. Let me try it out. I put maybe 10 hours into it, and I don't know, I'm just not getting drawn into it, and I do not know why.
That's
But
interesting.
I've enjoyed just running around Kamurocho in like
Explains why Kumi's buddy there
you only
his life.
see it a little bit in like a Dragon, in Yakuza Like a Dragon, but like running around Kamurocho in modern day. And what I did is I ran through that, and then I was like, let me go take a look, and I booted up Yakuza 0 Director's Cut just to run around the same areas in Kamurocho and just see how they change. And I
Amuro can't just talk
love like Kamurocho Hills up north is just not there in the first like 4 games, because it is a main area in the first couple of games, and then it's, you know, kind of torn down, and it's like a whole, it's this big storyline arc for this just part of this city.
Why would they stick around?
And it goes through multiple games, and it is like a main arc of some of these characters, and how they're going to like, oh, we're going to rebuild this place that's just been a homeless camp. And you go from Yakuza 0, where it is just a homeless camp, to Judgment now, which is, I think like the most recent one where you really get to run around Kamurocho. And it is this high-rise fucking luxury apartment and living complex.
He left the club himself.
And going through the series, you can actually kind of see the steps from where it goes from A to B. And I, you know, just going to keep praising this game, but I'll talk about the shit that I don't like soon. Because there's quite a bit. There's a little bit.
Back up a second.
There's a lot in one game. There's one game. It's Yakuza 4. I fucking hated it. Fucking hated it.
Decide what kind of investigation.
Hated
4
it.
was the one you didn't like? Interesting.
4
Okay.
is the one that I did not like. Yeah. We're going to try to stay away from spoilers as much as possible. We might, you know, I'm not going to be like, oh, at the end of this game this happened. No, it's but we might, you know, kind of delve into a little bit of it.
Yeah, the Yakuza series feels like, as far as like any series, you can be like, this is what happens at the end of this game. But the ending is not what is going to get you to dump 100 hours into this thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No.
You know? Yeah,
absolutely.
it's like no. This is more than the story. So
Yeah, these, all of them. I'm trying to think of like, I don't know about Judgment, because like I said, I played like 10 hours, which is still super early on in this game. So Phungtime, you might be able to answer. Do we have like all of these fucking crazy side stories and everything in this game too?
Yeah, there are side stories and stuff in Judgment and Lost Judgment. It's its own little cast of characters. And in this the Judgment duology, they do have little cameos and references to things like from the main game as well. But
Think you could get in touch with him
so
for
yeah,
me?
at the time, Judgment was really just like, hey, if you still like the kind of classic Yakuza game stuff, this is for you. That was before they started doing kind of diving back into it with Pirate Yakuza and all that other stuff. So
Yeah, Pirate Yakuza was a little surprising that it was not the turn-based. for me. Like Kiwami 3, yeah, that makes sense because that was, it's a remake of 3, loosely kind of. It's a remake of 3, like Final Fantasy VII Remake is a remake of Final Fantasy VII.
Say so, man.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You know,
Thanks for the help.
but it's. I was honestly surprised when it was that, the beat 'em up gameplay. I liked it. I like Goro Majima as a character. This series has some incredibly memorable characters, like, Kazuma Kiryu, the main character from the beginning of the first game. That's who you play as. And you follow his story through 7 mainline titles, if you count 0, which was a prequel that came out, later on in the series. But Yakuza's 1 through 6 are the story of Kazuma Kiryu, and 0. But, you know what I mean? And then that character is so iconic. Just the fucking the red shirt and the gray jacket. You're like, oh, you put that outfit on fucking Sackboy. You're like, oh, Kazuma. Put it on a fucking an Astrobot. It's it's that type of character. Goro Majima with his flashy jacket and the eye patch. You're like, I know exactly who that is. Even to smaller extents like Saejima. Just fucking giant bald dude with a green jacket. You're like, oh, I know who that is.
Hey.
Even though that was weird when I first ran into him. So I think playing the series kind of out of order, I have a weird relationship with some of the characters. So, Yakuza Like a Dragon, number 7. You run into like all of these iconic characters from throughout the series
What a waste.
that I did not know at all. And, he fought some people. I'd recognize Goro Majima, like, I was like, oh, eye patch dude. Whatever. Did not know what type of character he was, anything like that.
Well, I knew I'd find you here.
But then when I started playing through the series, I was like, I recognize this guy. I recognize this guy. I recognize this guy. And Saejima was super weird because you meet him in Yakuza Like a Dragon, and his current character where he's, kind of bald head. It's like, buzz cut. He's got his big green jacket. But then when you actually first meet him and see him in the game, he's got a full head of hair, and I was like, is this the same guy? And I assumed that he was just gonna like cut his hair super early on. No, he has like long hair for 2 of the 3 games that you see him in, and it was just weird.
He's probably somewhere
Sorry,
nearby.
trying to get back on track here.
Scour all of Kamurocho either.
So what we like to do on these episodes is kind of run through, the kind of the big story beats in the series and in the games.
My phone?
There's a lot of story beats here, so we're not going to go through everything. But what I'll ask you is, how do you think they handled the story of Kazuma Kiryu? Because going forward, in 1, 2, and 3, you just play as Kazuma. And then in 4, 5, and 6, there's multiple main characters that you play as. And it's just, hey, for these couple chapters, you're this person. For these couple chapters, you're this person, blah, blah, blah. But all of them, you end up, like, telling the story of Kazuma. In your mind, how do you think they handled it? Do you think, as someone who kind of played through them in the correct way, starting from 0 and then going through the series, were you able to just be like, oh yeah, I remember this, and I remember this, and, kind of getting those flashbacks?
Yeah, I think with Kiryu, like, it is one of like one of the best gaming pleasures to be able to experience like the life of a character from in his 20s to how old is he in Infinitely, like his 60s, right? And like that
60s, yeah.
Yeah, like so like 40 years of a life, like in detail, like in like pretty big detail as well.
Yeah.
I think he is a well-written character that is for the most part consistent like through all of his portrayals. I think my one critique is that like because he is so iconic, it is so hard to let him ride off into the sunset. And I don't think it is for lack of trying. Multiple times, like you mentioned, like starting in 4, they start trying to introduce other characters, like so that hopefully they can like transition him off. At 6, like 6 was supposed to be, this is it. He is done. He is gone. You know, and then afterwards it's like, oh, he comes back in Gaiden, and we're like, okay, sure, maybe a side game. And then to bring him back in Infinite Wealth, and like I think that they do a decent like job there as well, but it's just like, man, they cannot let this man rest, like, after all he has gone through. Like, I am dreading is seeing, you know, like a Dragon 9, if they bring back Kiryu again, you know, in his 80s in a wheelchair, and they introduce the wheelchair fighting style, because they just need to let this man rest. He's gone through so much.
My man just out there with a walker.
Yeah.
Just...
You fucking put anything in his hands and it's a goddamn weapon. A walker, a wheel. I'm pretty sure at some point you've been able to use a wheelchair as a weapon. You know.
Why not?
Yeah.
Probably one of the games, you just pick it up and you just like chuck it.
I know you do it with you can pick up a bike and then just jump up and just fall on a dude with the bike, and that ends the fight. Like, that's how you knock somebody out.
Amazing.
But yeah, the story
that's my feedback. He's such a well-realized character, but the series is gonna have to reckon with, like, what does it look like without him, and also kind of commit to that as well.
Yeah. So apparently, Yakuza 4, because you said like Yakuza 4 is when they tried to kind of wean off of him as a character. And I don't know if this is correct, just from kind of what I've been reading in like the history of the series, is Yakuza 4, they did want to just not have him in it. The idea was that it's just, you know, that world, and it's some characters that you kind of recognize from the previous games, but, you know, Kiryu is done. And with what happens in Yakuza 3, it very well could have just been like, okay, yeah, he finished this story, now he's, you know, he can be at rest. Not, you know, he's not dead, but just like, he's out of that life now. But then I guess just at the last minute they decided, oh, we need him in this game, which is why it kind of feels a bit kind of disjointed. That might be why I don't like it. I did not like Yakuza 4 at all. I golden path the hell out of that game to just get the fuck through it, because I did not like playing as anybody but Kiryu. There's so little spoiler territory here. The first Yakuza's 1, 2, and 3, you're just playing as Kazuma Kiryu. You're interacting with these other characters and everything. You're interacting with the Tojo clan, which is a clan that he belonged to. The Omi Alliance, which is kind of the other big Yakuza rival clan. And then all of these like families underneath both umbrellas. Which is, honestly, I've had to look at fucking guides, and like, not guides, like fucking charts to be like, who is where, what is where, you know? There's a fucking lot that goes along with it. There's a lot of, Mike, you're gonna have to do a lot of homework when you play these games. But like 1 through 3, kind of, you know, basic stories of just kind of going through this guy's life. And then 0, you play as 2 characters, but that's later on. It's a prequel. With 4, you start out, I believe, as Kiryu.
It's been a while because I'm trying to remember. Do you start as Kiryu or you start as Akiyama?
You might be Akiyama. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you start off as... Actually, no, I think you do start off as Kiryu for, like, a little bit, just to be like, oh, yeah, he's in this. And then you go off and just do a lot of shit as other characters. But, yeah, so you're playing as these other characters, and they all have different kind of fighting styles. They all have different ways that they control. They all have different storylines that all at the end of the game, they lead up with each other. Arturo, yes, I was there. I heard you. I hope that you can get out there. That would be fucking incredible. Arturo Tron, our good friend, shot his shot today at the Kind of Funny happy hour and was like, hey, I'll fly my ass out there to San Francisco to make cocktails for you guys for your big James Bond marathon stream. So cross our fingers that we can get this to work, because that'd be awesome.
It was a
great, amazing.
Yeah. If they let you, Arturo, just let me know, and I'll meet you in San Francisco. We'll hang out. I'll just be in the back of the studio. It's fine. But yeah, with 4, you're playing as these other characters, and they're all just... Kiryu plays as Kiryu. It's fine. Akiyama, not too upset with. It was like, okay, he's not that strong, but whatever. We're telling this kind of story and learning his backstory. The 4th dude who's just there, I think he was a cop again.
Yeah, I do agree. He sucks.
He fucking sucked. His fighting style was dog shit. He was weak as hell. His storyline, I don't remember any of it because it didn't matter at all. And the 4th person you play as is Taiga Saejima, who is this fucking big brute who you just want to be able to control this dude and just beat the fuck out of people. And half of his storyline involves you sneaking around because he broke out of jail and he has to like sneak around the cops and not be seen, and you're just in the shadows doing like fucking stealth gameplay with this character that you just want to go out and beat the shit out of people with. And every time that I had to go back to him, I was mad because I was like, I want to play him this way, but I can't. Because if you get seen by a cop, it's like, oh, it's you, and that's you die.
You're reminding me of this, like, I was like, the stealth section, I was like, why don't I remember that? And it's because at the time, I was having my partner, I would have my partner at the time play those sections for me, because I was like, you're better at this, like you do it, like, I'll handle all the button mashing, so, yeah.
Yeah, I fucking hated it. I hated I hated fighting in that game because there were no, as far as I remember, there were no,
You impressed?
guard breaks in the fights, like in your fighting styles, and bosses and enemies would just guard.
Who are they?
Just keep the fucking guard button held down, and you just had to keep mashing the button to hit them until they decided to not guard. And it was just the most frustrating fighting thing. And then, team that up with Saijima's whole you have to do stealth. Hated it. That 4th character who I cannot remember and has not shown up again.
Nope, that was the only game he was in.
That's the only game that he was in.
Yeah, Tanimura. I like that. Tanimura, he was only in 4, and yeah, I don't think anyone liked him, so he just never came back.
And he fucking
Then he got
sucked.
replaced by, like, the baseball guy in 5.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay,
in
yeah.
5. Which, in that storyline, was not necessary whatsoever. It was it felt like their way of being like, oh, we're just going to open up this world and let you learn about more of these people. And it's like, but do we want that, though?
But do I care?
Exactly. Like, do I give a shit? No, it turns out.
Like, it kind of reminds me of, like, after, Avengers Endgame, right? We're like, oh, now we're going to open it up to all these other characters that you're going to care about. We're going to, like, rebuild things. But as of, like, for the current Avengers, don't really care about most of them. I feel like it's kind of been the same for Yakuza.
Yeah. Go ahead,
At
Mike.
least at that time period.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you spent all this time creating these characters that we love and care about, and now new people?
Yeah.
Why? Who the fuck are they, and why do I give a shit?
You spent all this time building up Kazuma Kiryu and his, people. You build all this time building up Iron Man. And then
he dies.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like, he dies, and then you get a fucking movie about Kang
Yeah, I get you. You're not wrong.
that we'll never reference again.
Yeah, like, yeah, that's the problem with any, like, long-running series with well-established characters like this. It's like, they have to stop. This isn't a Saturday morning cartoon. Like, you've introduced aging into the world. What do you want me to do with this?
So,
Yeah.
So it's like, you either have to land the plane and just be like, no. The Yakuza, the Like a Dragon stories, it was all about Kazuma Kiryu. We're done. Like, once he's done, we're done. We'll do something similar, but it ain't gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Or you really have to figure out how to bridge these storylines, and god damn it, that's hard.
So, you know, that's, like I said, that's kind of what it seemed like that's what they tried to do with 4. That was the idea, was we're going to open up this world, and Kazuma, you know, he's still part of it. You're still, you know, the Tojo clan is still there, the Omi Alliance, all that stuff is still there. All these other characters that you still know are still there, but Kazuma's out. And then I guess they just got cold feet or something, so they brought him in. And then there were 4 characters that you played as. Then Yakuza 5, there were 5 characters that you played as. That was the same thing, where like you're playing as this person for a couple chapters, and you go back, you're playing as this person, and for that one it was Kazuma, Saejima, Akiyama, right? I think you play as
Akiyama, yeah. And the most
and the baseball player,
the baseball person, but you're forgetting the most important person you get to play.
No, I'm
as
not.
5.
I left her for the end because this is a thing that I texted Mike as I was playing this game.
You text me a lot of stuff that just kind of goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, which is weird because it's in text form. Maybe that's why you don't remember it. You got to look at it.
Wait, was it that big ass thing?
Where I was like, this is the biggest fucking jump from one genre to another. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, how jarring was it? And then you proceeded to write me a novel.
Yes.
That I read, and I remember, and yeah, that is fucking jarring.
So,
Jesus.
Yakuza 5, you're playing as all these different characters going back and forth. We might spoil a bit of this one. I'm going to spoil actually a major plot point of this game because it has to do with this. So, sorry for a Yakuza 5 spoiler. You've had a bit of time to play
bro.
Yeah, again, like, if you're pissed off about this, just figure it out, nerd.
Yeah. Maybe the real Yakuza were the friends we made along the way. Am I blurry? I'm not blurry. Am I blurry or am I drunk?
Yeah. I'm
maybe both.
I don't know. I'm pretty tore up right now. I'm gonna keep it real with you boys.
So yeah, Yakuza 5. You go.
By the way, number 2.
Cheers. You're playing as like these different characters, and then all their stories kind of intertwine at the end. But one of the characters that you're playing as is Haruka. What's her last name? Something. Her name is Haruka. So Haruka is a character that you meet in Yakuza 1, right? Or is it 2? It's 1. It's 1.
1.
Who is the daughter of the only woman that Kiryu has ever loved. So when you meet her in Yakuza 1, she is, I think, like 9, 8, something. She's a kid.
Child, yeah.
Yeah, she's a child. And then she becomes part of Kiryu's life, and Kiryu essentially becomes her father, you know, and is like raising her after her mom is out of the picture. So then throughout the rest of the series, you know, in Yakuza 2, you're trying to do everything, and then Kiryu's story is like he keeps getting pulled back into this, but he's trying to just get out of it because now he's got Haruka. In 3, he is completely out of it, and like the first fucking 10 hours of that game, you are just living in an orphanage. You're running the orphanage, and you've got Haruka and like a bunch of other kids, and then he gets pulled back in. 4, you know, same thing. And then 5, 5 starts off with Kazuma Kiryu as a taxi driver with a completely different name, Suzuki, I think. And you're like, what the fuck? And it turns out Haruka is now in her teens, and she has been scouted to be an idol, like a pop idol. But because of the stigma of Yakuza, if anybody ever found out that she was like the daughter of a Yakuza, her career would be ruined. So Kazuma has to leave and completely erase his name. Foreshadowing. So his portion of the game, you are under this like alias. Then you get obviously pulled back into everything. Her portion of the game is her essentially going through training for an American Idol thing.
Listen, man. You said the mic was
And like a reality, like a music competition. So when you're playing as her, there's no fighting. your mini games all are based around, growing your popularity as an idol. You have, dance practice and singing practice, and then competitions, which is like, it's like kind of the karaoke and like dancing mini games that you already have in the game. But her whole storyline is that she is trying to become an idol and win this like music reality show. So when I texted Mike,
And
I was
it's
playing through the
amazing.
game. What's up?
Still digesting, man.
And it's amazing,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I'll be completely honest. So when it started, like when I first got to her and I was like, oh, that's what this is going to be? I literally looked for a mod to be like, can I just skip all this? Because I don't care. And then by
Is
the
there a
end
mod
of
where I
it,
can just put in like Macross Plus clips for this? Because
Yeah.
man, if I'm gonna have idle shit, at least give me big robots.
yeah, by the end of it, I think I did every single side mission that she had and every little mini game that she had and maxed out all of her stats. Because I was like, oh, I want her to succeed.
Hell
How
yeah!
can I make her succeed? Yeah.
Real quick, Adam the Illithid. Really fun to hear all this backstory about Kiryu. Recently, just played Infinite Wealth as my first Yakuza game and loved it.
Ooh, fuck yes.
Hell yeah!
I do apologize if we spoil anything for it, which we might, but highly recommend.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dog, you got a lot of Yakuza.
Yeah, a lot of backstory for Kiryu specifically. Yeah.
There is enough stuff in here that we could spoil so much shit, and then if you went back and started playing some of the older titles, to the newer ones and or in canonical order, dog, you're gonna forget what we said on this 2.5-hour podcast.
Yeah.
And this is gonna hit you like a ton of bricks.
Pete time. I'm gonna grab my other beer, which is back here. But
You do that.
That's good ramen you're wasting.
Yakuza 5.
You bought me an extra large. You.
Tell me your favorite part of Haruka's storyline. That's what I want to hear.
My favorite part, like,
At 11 p.m. last night, the body of a young
I just
girl
really
was severely beaten in a quiet corner
loved
of Kamurocho. Police are investigating
how invested she was in trying to do this, and the fact that like you got to do all aspects of it, like you were saying, that the dance practice, you get to do like fan greetings as well. And I just thought like it was a really great way to make it relevant outside of all of your appearances beforehand, just being like, oh, like oh, I know I got kidnapped again, like, oh no, like I'm in danger again. Like it was I just really appreciated that, like she really got to become like her own character and have and start doing things. Like, once again, with all drama in stories with multiple characters, it could be solved so much easier. People just talked and communicated. I think that's always frustrating, but I think that was just my favorite part of it, that like, and I thought it was really genius that like this is a way that she can explore things and be a part of the world without her all of a sudden becoming like a brawler as well.
The guy within an inch of his
There actually was a Haruka mod 4 or 5, which made it so you could fight as her.
See, this is so interesting because like it sounds like your experience is also through playing this through PC. When I was like playing through this, it was still most of the time when the Yakuza series was locked to PlayStation. So I like from 1 to 7, I had all of that just through the PlayStation. And then I remember when they're just like, oh, now it's on Xbox, like congrats, and now it's on PC. And I remember when like people on PC came out, people were like, the mods are gonna be so beautiful. But like I haven't really gone back to a lot of the games to see what kind of stuff they put on. So that's so funny to hear that there's a mod for Haruka where you can just turn her into brawling on it.
Getting a Subaru ad during story mode. Gabi? Maybe.
Gabi?
Drop a sub. Or shut the fuck up. I love you. Okay?
I should call him back.
I love you,
Also-
and potentially tomorrow, sometime this week, Gabi and I will be co-streaming together. That's what a co-stream means. He's going to be playing on his channel. I will be playing on the Storymoders channel. Maybe. Actually, it might just be mine. I'm not sure because it's on the Xbox out there. Mike.
Yeah.
Do you know that there is new story DLC that came out today
He's the one who got us in the door.
for Mind's Eye.
His responsibility.
Oh, sweet merciful Christ.
Failure. All of
Why?
it's on him.
Why keep that one going?
So,
Gotta stick it to the 1%, according to
So-
their CEO.
Like a
This-
Daniel Tosh bit just going down from the whole theater to just one dude laughing at your joke about brush nickel accessories at fucking Target.
so we will do it tomorrow, probably 7:30 Mountain Time start time, which is 8:30
boy.
Central. Let's. Yeah, I gotta reinstall it on my Xbox. I also need to look and see if you have to get to a certain point in the story, because if so,
If so, we really need to pivot plans here.
That gambling.
but the CEO of the company was like, "Oh, the only reason that it failed is because there were saboteurs that fucked over the company and like did all these bad reviews and all this bad press."
Were those saboteurs the one making the fucking game?
Pretty much.
'Cause
So this DLC is apparently
time.
his way and like their way of putting out all of the evidence that they have about these saboteurs, and you're killing the people who apparently sabotaged this game.
Went away. Where they're
dog.
you know?
That's
That
wild.
thing was a piece of shit. Every time I looked over during Extra Life, I'm just like, this feels like a fucking chore.
It was.
Like,
Riley, check us
Dog.
out tomorrow. Co-stream.
Yes.
Gabi and I are both going to be playing it together.
Nothing else.
Thanks.
I mean, listen,
Yeah.
I might be in the chat while I'm getting my fucking new wide boy set up.
Yes.
You know?
No,
Just-
Gabi, I have to experience this myself too, buddy. But we will be closer to 9. That's fine. That's fine.
Whatever. Who cares? It doesn't matter.
It
We're all
does
going to
not
be
matter.
sharing in this nightmare together.
Yes. Yes.
How is there
sorry,
DLC
so-
for that game? That's crazy.
Because my man has an axe to grind, apparently. An axe to grind and money to burn. Jesus.
All right. So, sorry. Yakuza 5. You're playing as Haruka in her pop idol storyline, and the woman who runs the company that signed her. You have like this. You're playing as Haruka and everything. You're doing all these like fun things where you're like, you're in dance practice and the mini games, like doing handshakes. There's like one of the mini games that you do as Haruka is like a meet and greet event where you have to hold a button down to shake the hand of somebody and then answer questions, but you can't hold it for too long or else security will come and throw them out and then they'll get mad. And it sounds a lot more
I got a page from
creepy than it actually is.
15 minutes ago.
So you're doing all this as Haruka, and it's this kind of like bubbly thing, and the woman who runs the agency that signs her kind of like becomes almost like a motherly figure to her. So like you have this whole part of the story and everything, like this like cutscene and these scenes of her taking Haruka out to be like, hey, let's go out to dinner. Let's go out and buy you like some new clothes for your big event tomorrow and everything. And like Haruka's like, I haven't had a mother, and like this is kind of the closest thing that I've ever felt, and I've never been through this, and it's beautiful and everything. And then the night ends, and you wake up the next day to the news story of that woman having killed herself, throwing herself off of a building. And it's just, that's what I texted Mike. Like, it was just the most jarring, everything's happy, we're doing dancing, we're idols, to she's dead. And then you start playing as one of the other characters in this Yakuza Underworld story. And it just...
Just ridiculous.
and I was just like, what the fuck just happened? Because I think then you like go and you... Because that night ends, and then you play as one of the other characters the next morning. So you're not even playing as Haruka, you're playing as, I think, Akiyama, I want to say. Because he's, like, heavily involved in this storyline. I love this series.
It's been so long since I've played through 5, and so like
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You bring it up like, and it's just like I'm like, you brought back the memories of me and my partner at the time experiencing that. We're like, no, like we were so angry, like at the time, and I think that like that is just a great example of like the hamstrung drama that like it's so ridiculous, but when you're in it, like you're invested and you're just like, how is this gonna
100%.
do it? And then you gotta play through the next 10 hours for it to all finally tie together and everything. So
Yeah. So
Hold on.
you've played the game through.
Robert.
What's up?
I'm gonna go pee.
Okay.
You two continue what you're talking about. I'm sure I'm just going to be as lost as if I were sitting here the
Fair
entire
enough.
time. So
Fair enough. Speed time. Like I said, all of the learning and stuff of the series that I've done has been well after all these games came out. Okay. Playing through them and then reading about everything, like the making of. I got the gist, I guess,
I'm sorry.
that a lot of people hated Yakuza 6. And as someone who literally just played through all of the games back to back to back, when did the Switch 2 come out?
when did the Switch 2 come out? Wasn't that last year?
Was it last year?
Yeah.
Because the Switch 2, that's when I started playing through the main series 0 through 6. Because I got Yakuza 0 Director's Cut on the Switch 2 as like a launch title game. And then from then have played 0 and then 1 through 6. So that's when I kind of started it. So like I said, everything has just been kind of full force, boom, 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 boom. But yeah, a lot of people, from what I've read, have said like 6 is their least favorite. Is there
like the reasons for it, or what was the discussion at the time? I think part of it was, I guess, for some context, right? Like 5 came out, but like, and if the ending of 5 definitely could have been an off ramp for one of Kiryu's many off ramps, like for the series, and it was, for what it was, I think like still very well done. But at the time, Yakuza as a series still wasn't the most popular. It is in the West right now. Like Yakuza 5 barely was released into the West. It wasn't until Yakuza 0 came out, and they just put that out that it blew up. So they're like, oh man, like there's so much more excitement for Yakuza 0 and everything. Kiryu is so great. And then so they remade 1 into Kiwami, and then that's when 6 came out. But I think with what 6 came out, like it's this new engine. It's looking so different, and it's like, man, we finally get to know what happens after 5. And I think 6 is really kind of where those diminishing returns of Kiryu really starts like showing up, because I think 6 is it's a cool premise, and once again at the time it was a new Dragon engine. Oh man, it looks so good, and Kiryu, once again, it's like now there's this another baby that's involved in the story. How that's gonna go? What's the mystery there? But it's just like after the high of 5, like the ending of 6 just wasn't as strong. For at the time, what was supposed to be his actual final game, with that, and just like, and also with the final game, you expect so many plot lines to be resolved. Like there was this one plot line from Yakuza 2 that people were really hoping that was going to get readdressed in 6, and that didn't get it addressed at the time. So I think 6 was just it was the victim of all this lore, the weight of all the lore, and like, is it all finally gonna pay off for what we're being told is the actual last time we're gonna see Kiryu? Like it's just, and it's a hard goal to reach, like with all that, and with the realities of game development, for how much RGG Studios does work smart with reusing assets and everything. But I think for 6, the fact that it was a new engine, a lot of it was having to be rebuilt. You can only put in so much for what's going to be a character's finale. I think it's just it was a really hard goal to me, and for individuals, it was just like it was like an it was fine. Like I would phrase it. I know I referenced Marvel like before. I would phrase it as like it was like an Age of Ultron Avengers movie. It's fine. If you watch it, it's like it's okay.
Don't talk shit about it. It was not that bad.
That,
Okay.
but like, what, for Age of Ultron or for 6?
For 6, Age of Ultron was dog shit.
I mean, okay, sure. There's probably a better comparison. But it was like a fine game, but it wasn't what the fan base was looking for a finale.
Yeah, I think some of the things that I read were like they didn't like how Kiryu acted in it. Like they felt like he acted out of character.
Yeah.
And I kind of get that a little bit, because it seemed like for all of the series, he is very much just like, he knows that he's the toughest guy in Letterkenny.
What are you thinking,
That's a great comparison.
Yeah, but he doesn't he doesn't feel the need to fight at all. He tries to just be like, yeah, even in Ishin, where he's not Kiryu, he like goes up to the like a stronghold, and he's like, I want to talk to your boss, and they're like, nah, blah blah blah, and he's like, we don't need to do this. He knows that he is fine. He knows that he'll be fine. He's like, I just want to talk to your boss. I just want to get through with this. And like that's how he kind of felt for most of the series, unless something happened where somebody actually threatened, usually like Haruka or something, and then he's like, no, I'm gonna kill you. But in 6, it seemed like every single thing that happened, like every person that he talked to, he was immediately just like, no, we're just gonna fight. I'm just gonna beat you up right now. And yeah, I get like the storyline is him trying to figure out what happened with Haruka and where she is and everything, but it just felt like, oh, we're fighting because we gotta fight, and we're fighting. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And like, once again, like after what, in my opinion, like was just a strong kind of like almost send off, like for 5, like it's just, yeah, it's like what were you doing? And I don't know, maybe it's because they really wanted to, they were just finding it difficult to justify ways to show off their new pretty engine, like with like all the particle voxel physics of being able to punch things, but yeah.
So Yakuza 6 ends, and the next game that we get, at least in the mainline stories, is Yakuza Like a Dragon. We got a brand new main character. We've got Ichiban Kasuga. We've got his whole, parade of characters. You've got the turn-based fighting. How would you compare... how would you compare Kiryu to Ichiban?
Kiryu to Ichiban, if Kiryu was a Great Dane, Ichiban is like a mini golden retriever. Like in terms of personalities, in terms of how they interact with the other characters and with individuals. And yeah, I like Kiryu is iconic, but this may be hard for some people here, but I do feel like Ichiban is more of my is like, I like him more as a character than Kiryu, like at times, especially in the, like the narratives that they've been in, because Kiryu is just very stoic, like for the most part, and very reserved, but Ichiban just so expressive. He has like these like feelings, and he shows them in a big way, and that is sometimes just so much more like engaging to watch and interact with, especially in like the larger cast that you interact with a lot more regularly in Like a Dragon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Like a Dragon, you're playing obviously as Ichiban, but it definitely feels more like... I mean, even just, talking about character, There we go. There's your golden retriever. Ichiban is pure soul. He is a national treasure, and he must be protected at all costs.
100%.
But he's... And I didn't realize this until somebody pointed it out to me, like, last year. That his outfit is just a palette swap of Kiryu's.
Yeah. You're right.
He's got the purple, and then it's like a white shirt underneath, but instead of the gray, but it's like it's just a palette swap. And like I did not realize that until somebody pointed it out. You know. Adam the Illithid, thank you for hanging out with us. Yeah, you got an early day at work. Hell yeah, we are live every Tuesday, starting at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, or Mountain Daylight Time. So it's Mountain Time. So
You know, it's
yeah, join us.
yeah.
Yeah, happy to see you. But yeah, Ichiban, it definitely seems like they were like, you know what, we have to, we need a new main character, and we need him to not be Kiryu.
Yes.
And I think they did an incredible job of being like, we're still in this world, we're still in this universe, and you are still, you know, somebody from the Yakuza and you know, the Tojo clan. But he feels completely different. He acts completely different. He is his own unique character. It's not just a younger Kiryu. And he's not, he could very well be, and I could see how, especially like someone like you who's actually played the series through the way you're supposed to, or has been just playing it the whole time. I could definitely see someone like you being like, nah, this guy fucking sucks. He's just loud and he's annoying and blah, blah, blah. But it seems like you're just like, no, he's a breath of fresh air and he's his own character and I like it. But even this game, like you said, go ahead.
No, I was just like thinking about, yeah, like when I was playing through it like the first time, and with my partner at the time, like she found like she had those same like responses because she loved Kiryu. She loved like he's this like super tough but like lovable person, whereas like Ichiban was complete reverse. And so I was like playing through more of this because I was more used to like the RPG mechanics and I knew how to kind of min-max all of that, and I was playing it so that, you know, she could just more experience story. But it really took a long time for her to come around, and I think it's just because of the baggage of Kiryu as a character, and I think it just shows like the struggle that this series has. Is like Ichiban is a great character, like a Dragon was so like, I think it was the right call to do, but it's so hard to move on from Kiryu, even though Ichiban is like, I think like the best character outside, one of the best characters out of Kiryu that this series has brought out. And I don't know why, you know, Ichiban is not like propped up more as, you know, like the new face of Like a Dragon Yakuza, as much as that like he should be.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see what they're going to be like with 9.
Me too. Me too.
You know, because after Infinite Wealth, we've gotten Pirate Yakuza, where you're playing as Goro Majima, and Yakuza Kiwami 3, where you're playing as Kiryu.
Again.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's so it is very, especially after the ending of Infinite Wealth, you know, I won't spoil it or anything, but it's like, you have to know that you got to move on. You know, you have to make this new character. Like, Ichiban should be the guy going forward.
Yeah.
Nanba should be thrown into a vat of acid and never seen again, because I fucking hate Nanba. He's a piece of shit. I hope that he would die in this game, and he didn't, and then he was in Infinite Wealth, and I was hoping that he'd get eaten by a shark, but it didn't happen there either. I hate you, Nanba. Fuck you. That was the character I was thinking about earlier. I could not remember his name because I hate him so much. But he's right
Hey,
here.
Nanba's the guy you hate. That's the guy you want to shove into a wood chipper.
Yes, it is. I fucking hate Nanba so much.
He's the yin to Ichiban's yang.
He's the piece of shit
They're bros.
to Ichiban's toilet. That's what he is. Okay? Ichiban, you're too trusting, buddy. All right? This piece of shit. I fucking hate him. Okay, sorry. Yakuza 9. You think we're getting Yakuza 9? We're getting Yakuza 9, right?
I think they're making a Yakuza 9, but yeah, like what are they gonna do with it? And I think that also kind of relates to, I think there's a bigger question that because of all the changes that they've been making recently. I know earlier you brought up Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. And Mike, you know, you're talking about like all this lore, like how do you manage it and write around it? Well, apparently right now what they're doing is just hard retconning.
Oh God!
Stuff. Like with
Just...
Director's Cut, like for 0, they're just like all these people that like died. No, they didn't. They didn't die. They actually like this thing. And for Kiwami,
my God, they're just hitting you with the. I'm reading my choose my own adventure book, but I didn't take my thumb off the page before I made the decision to go to the page where I died. Like that's that sort of shit that they're doing.
Yeah.
Kind of,
no,
yeah.
No spoilers for
therefore.
Kiwami 3 because I will play it, and I'm trying to play it soon so that I have it in my mind. That I have 3 in my mind.
But you've played 3 before, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you played 3. Yeah, so like Kiwami 3, they make some they make some decisions that are just like, yeah, this is what it is now, and that is probably going to lead into the next mainline Yakuza game, and so the community is kind of just like, what is going on?
Fuck?
Like, yeah, exactly. And so it really does leave this thing. It's like, why try and change these things to retrofit this? Like, like why are you doing that? Like, does Yakuza 9 need that? Like, is Ichiban and like what he's gone through not enough? And it feels they're setting something up that I won't spoil, but it's
weird.
At the beginning, once again, you talked about like the more fantastical things of it. It's just like, I don't know if like this is the direction that we need to go into right now. Like just do something new, something different. But there is a really big question for what they're trying to build through for 9 with all the recent changes that they've been kind of seeding in with a lot of the more recent re-releases of games.
So
guess who? Joe up in chat.
Yeah, Neo
guess
fucking
who-
Aoshi. This motherfucker with his sexy hair and his big dick.
This beautiful fucking coward. God
Just
damn.
assuming. Yeah.
Oh.
Coward with his giant hog.
Sexy son of a bitch.
Stupid,
God damn it.
sexy Neo. Okay, so
Wait, if Hawks never lies, does that mean I'm constantly lying? And there's no way that you get out of this podcast alive?
You're gonna die, Neo.
let's we can dive into the story, but like we won't now because there's a lot that goes into it. I wanna try to bring us around to one of the things that the Yakuza series is really known for, and that is the mini games and the side stories, and how fucking insane they can be. And Pizza, what I want to ask you is, out of the series, okay, what are your highlights when it comes to like the not just the mini game, because like the mini games, you know, there's a bunch of like Sega games that you can play in a lot of the games. You know, there's the claw,
Right.
UFO catcher, which I get addicted to in most of the games, and one of them, cannot remember which one it was, did not work the same. I hated it. It was either 3 or 4, I think. UFO catcher, great, but I'm thinking like the business mini games, like where we're looking at the Yakuza Like a Dragon right now. You had the business mini game where you're running Ichiban confections, and you're hiring people, and you're buying stores, and you're doing all this stuff, and then Infinite Wealth is insane. You've got the fucking Pokemon mini game. You've got an Animal Crossing mini game.
The island, yeah.
Yeah, Dendoko Island, where you just randomly, at the beginning of a chapter in the main game, you get hit by a coconut that falls off a tree, and then you wake up on this island with these fucking furries, and then you can't leave it until you make this island one of the best places that people want to stay as, like a hotel. Then you go back to the main story, and everyone's like, hey, where have you been? And he's like, oh, I've just been away for a few hours. And it's like, no. I was there for 3 months. Okay? I went through 90 days of this, and I made a shitload of money. Yakuza 0, you have the Cabaret Club. So, like, what are your favorite and maybe least favorite mini games from the series?
Least favorite. I think definitely one of my favorites is the Cabaret Club. I lost hours to the Cabaret Club. There'd be times where like
which one?
Zero's Cabaret Club was the one that I lost the most hours in, where like I would be playing it and my roommate would like, just kind of passing through the living room and it's like, wait, I thought this was like the Yakuza game. I was like, it is. And I was like, you've been doing this for the last 3 days. Like, what happened to the dude? I was like, he's here, but he's like, I just need to beat this club so that I can ascend the championship, but then also like take care of this hostess and all of the problems that she's going through. And I was like, but what happened to the main story? It's like you got to tell me what happened to the main story. It's like
it doesn't
matter.
Get
around to that.
Like, girl needs to get
she's like, yeah, so like I think Cabaret Club is one that like I have fond memories of, because there are times I just got more invested in that, and I did not progress the main story for like a month because I was just like grinding the Cabaret Club. I think my least favorite mini games were probably like the sports games, like the baseball ones or like the golf
baseball was
ones.
it's like a hitting range or like a batting range.
Yeah, but it's just, but I would force myself to play them whenever there was like a side story that was involved in it. I remember there was like it was either a baseball or golf one that I had to like do so much just to advance the side story, and I had to look up guides, like a video of like how to do it, where I was just trying to like match up pixel for pixel. Okay, like you hit it here, so if you hit it here, it's gonna hit this thing. Because I was like, I could not get it.
Yes, I did that. It was like, hey, there's these 9 quadrants, and this pitch is gonna come over here. So if you hit the button, like you'll hit it. And then Yakuza, it was 5 it was 6 actually. That had like an actual baseball game, like a baseball mini game, where you're like the manager of the baseball club.
Yeah.
So, Mike, in every Yakuza game, you can go to a batting range, okay? And the batting range has like some, like kind of little things that you can do. You know what I mean? It's like, here's like challenge rooms and everything, and there's like some characters who will like challenge you to do a couple things. In Yakuza 6, you're playing as Kiryu, and you're in this town, and there's a dude there who's like, hey, will you join my baseball team? And then you are managing a baseball team. And you play through the games, and like at random times, it's just, now you're the batter.
Oh. So you mean I can't tell like a high school kid to go out there and just throw like 150 pitches in a game?
No.
And then do it again tomorrow?
5 had the baseball manager because of Shinada, I think. Also the taxi driver. No, 5 didn't have the baseball. 5 had a baseball thing because you were
5
Shinada.
had a baseball thing, but you weren't.
But 6 was where you were actually like part of the baseball team, and that was like, and all of these fucking mini games have full storylines that go through them that have nothing to do with the main storyline.
Speaking of nothing to do with the main storyline,
yes,
I just want to throw this out there because we've been talking about Japanese baseball for a while. The YouTube channel Baseball Doesn't Exist did a great video on baseball in Japan. I cannot recommend that 2-hour video enough because, oh boy, does it explain so much about the differences, and it really cements the fact that I want to go watch baseball in Japan, and also I want to go watch it in Korea because I want to do nothing but drink beer for 9 innings and eat fried chicken and throw the bones onto the field.
Oh, you're gonna.
Oh, it is the most. Oh shit!
That's
Yeah,
our
no,
that's our
it
plan.
is. That's
When we hit
Listen,
1 million subs on YouTube.
dog. When we get enough subs to fly us, like, not necessarily business class, just pay for the coach tickets. I will pay for the upgrade to business
Yeah.
class.
To get us to
Oh,
Korea
yeah.
to go to baseball games in Japan.
Yeah, Korea and listen, we'll go to Korea for like baseball games and other shit, but as soon as we get to Japan, you're gonna lose me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm going to
Neo
disappear.
Aoshi, Mad Exposure, if she's still here, Dex, if he's lurking, they will tell you that I am a wanderer. So, like, when we're in LA last year when I went down for the Game Awards to hang out with all of our cool-ass friends, on a couple days, we just went and hung out in LA, and just, like, Mad Exposure was, like, taking us out to, like, these cool places and everything, like, showing us around. And we were in a place, and then I just found myself just walking around down the
And
street.
you would just
It's like,
disappear.
oh, shiny. And I'd find my way back every time.
You were the liability in the group.
No, I wasn't. I was like, oh yeah, hey, oh. It's like, oh hey, I haven't seen you guys in a bit. Where are you? And they're like, we're still here. We're still, we're where you
just
left us.
You just wander off. Yeah,
I do.
no, that is.
I do.
Bro was looking for side stories.
I found
My
a
man
couple.
is just out. My man's just out there, just trying to get a little bit more XP.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a baseball minigame in 6, where you're like the manager. So
There is a mini game, not my favorite, but it's like highlight. There is a urinal peeing mini game too.
oh my, I did that once. The one where like you get it's like, hey, will you come and play the game? And I was like, oh yeah, it's a storyline that I'm gonna do. And then it was a pissing mini game
Yep.
where you're pissing in urinals and you're trying to get the high score.
You have the aim where
And the aim, yeah, I think I did it once, and I was like, I don't understand this, and I don't care enough to figure it out.
Goddamn.
My favorite, I think Dondoko Island is incredible. Just like the amount of shit they put into that.
It's its whole game. It's a whole other game in the
It's
game.
literally most of like my favorite ones, and like most of the ones that I do like are the business mini games where you just make a shitload of money. One, because I just like making money in the games, but like the Cabaret Club in Yakuza 0, the business mini game in Like a Dragon, Dondoko Island in Infinite Wealth, and a couple other ones. Like, I get to the point. Oh, Lost Judgment has boxing. I did not know that, but like,
It does have boxing. Yeah.
I jump into it and I'm like, oh, I like this, and I'm making money. And then all 3 of those, I stopped everything else and just stayed in the Cabaret Club until I'd beaten all of the things and like done everything. Yakuza 0 has 2 because it's got the Cabaret Club as Goro, and then
The real estate one.
as Kiryu, it's the real estate one. Same thing. So once I got to the real estate, I finished that 100%. And then went to the rest of whatever the fucking chapter was. And then Cabaret Club, finished it 100%. And then went back to the main game. Business minigame in Yakuza Like a Dragon. Maxed it out. Got to the point where I'm doing these things every 5 minutes. I'm making 500 million yen. You know what I mean? Dondoko Island. You had like the whole point is like you have to like you can make this into a 5-star resort, but you can't leave the island until you make it into like a 1 or 2-star resort, and then the rest of it is just whatever. I didn't leave that place until it was 5 stars, and I was making a shitload of money every single time I had people coming to the island. Incredible. After I played Yakuza 0, I played the Cabaret Club there. And then I went to not Kiwami 1 and 2 because they were like different, but Yakuza 3 had a cabaret club minigame,
Yeah.
and I was so fucking disappointed because all you did there is you would have one girl and you would try to build up her stats by putting her in different clothes, and then it was like, oh, go walk the floor. So the entire play thing for that minigame was you have a night in the cabaret club. There are 3 sections. First one, or 6, whatever, but there's like 3 sections of the night. Talk to the girl, try to get stats up, and then, okay, now you go and walk the floor of the club to listen to what, the customers want. Then you go back to the back room, and you can kind of adjust. And then you go walk the floor again while she is trying to get customers and listen to them. And you do that over and over again. But you don't fucking do anything other than leave, walk in a circle, and then go back and talk to her once, and then go and walk in a circle, and just doing that over and over again.
Yeah.
The Cabaret Club in Zero is like it's an actual minigame. It's you have to actually do something, and I liked that.
What I will say is that in Kiwami 3, that cabaret club experience that you talked about, no longer there, and I think you will be pleasantly surprised by what they have put in its place.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, man. I'm currently playing Like a Dragon Ishin, which, like I said, after I played Yakuza Like a Dragon, the next game that I think came out or something, or the next one that I tried to play was Ishin. And Like a Dragon Ishin is a remake of a game that came out a while ago, or years ago, but it is the faces and the voice actors of the people in the Yakuza series, but it's a semi-real story from feudal Japan that they're retelling, and I did not understand anything that was going on, because it was still called Like a Dragon, so I was like, oh, is this going to link up? Not even a little bit, no. No. And I hopped off of it after like maybe 5 chapters, but after beating all the other games and going through like the rest of the series, I was like, oh, let me try that again and see if I like it now. And now I'm playing through it, and I'm like, I recognize all of these people, all of these faces, all of, the people that I'm interacting with, and they're kind of matching who I interacted with in the other games and everything. So it's bringing me in there, and I'm able to follow the story, and I'm enjoying it and everything. And now I'm like, I think I'm at the second to last chapter of the game, and I've been really enjoying it this time. The fishing minigame in that one, it's one button, but I like it. The fishing minigames in most of these games, I fucking love it. We did a whole segment on fishing minigames with Knuble a few months ago.
Oh.
And that was an episode about the best games where you can kill Nazis, and then we had like a 20-minute conversation about the best fishing minigames in games, because it came up. But yeah, now I'm playing through Ishin. I'm almost done with it, and I think the next thing I will do is probably I'm going to wait till I can get it on sale, but I'll get like Kiwami 3 and play through that now, because I have the only things that I have left to play are Kiwami 3, Dead Souls.
Okay.
I know. But I have Dead Souls available to play, and I will stream it one day. Yeah. So it's allegedly. And then, this whatever the fucking side things were. You know what I mean? Samson, welcome in. Grow Up, Level Up podcast. Did I get that right? I got that right. Level up, grow up, level up. Let me know. Yeah. There we go. Shonen, once again, I think I said hi earlier, but thank you so much. Yeah, Shonen is the other person in... Whenever Neo Aoshi decides to play Yakuza, it's typically Shonen and myself in the chat telling him what the fuck is going on.
Guiding him and being his Navi.
Yes,
No?
Mike?
Ah, man, I mean, you're not wrong. Robert hates it because he hates anything Zelda related. Yeah, we've had this discussion.
We had this last week, P time. Okay.
And it's
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
And you're familiar with what's going to happen when we hit 500 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes, I do remember that stuff. Cool. And now this context is making more sense about why it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, P time,
Yep.
what we'll do is I'll get a QR code made that just sends people to our YouTube page and goes right to the subscribe thing. I'll send it to you. You'll print it out, put it on the on your merch tables at the concerts.
Yeah.
And just be like, in lieu of a tip for the merch guy, follow this random YouTube channel.
All this random YouTube channel that talks about.
Follow this random YouTube channel so one of the idiot co-hosts can spend money he barely has to torture the other.
Yeah.
That's where this
All
is
right.
at. Yeah, we need to knock out this. We need to knock out this
Tier
tier
list.
list because
Okay.
I'm only here for part of it at this point.
Yes.
Oh.
Let's knock out a tier list real quick. This is all the Yakuza games. Peak Fiction is the best. Great games. Flawed but enjoyable. Major Problems. This one was just called, like, awful. But I was like, none of them that I played were, like, awful, so I just put never want to play again.
There you go.
And then have not played.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So have not played. Have you played Kenzan?
Technically yes.
You played Kenzan?
When my partner and I back then were really into it, there was a time that she went to Japan, and what she brought back were Japanese copies of Kenzan and Dead Souls. So and she could read Japanese, so like so we loaded it up on my PS3. And I technically have played it. I did not understand what's going on. She had to translate everything for me. But I technically have played it.
Yeah. So, Mike, Like a Dragon Ishin, like we said, was like feudal Japan. Okay. With all these like
I
character
remember.
faces. Like a Dragon Kenzan is the same type of thing, but I think it's like a story that takes place a few hundred years before Ishin. Completely unrelated, but it's the same type of thing where it's like, hey, this is a historical game, but we're giving you the faces and the voice actors of the characters that you know. So would you put Kenzan anywhere or in have not played?
I'd probably put in like have not played. Like a lot of these I've watched YouTube playthroughs.
Okay.
So I wonder if that's a category watched but not
Nope.
played.
Major Problems because there's no it's not in the West. So we'll put it there.
Sure.
The PSP games.
Not played.
Okay. Those are both PSP games. This is the HD 1 and 2 collection. Which
It was on like Wii. No, it was on the PS3 as well. Yeah.
yeah, did you play these or did you just play 1 and 2?
I've only played Kiwami 1 and Kiwami 2. So I guess that
Oh, you haven't played 1 or 2, just Kiwami.
I have not played the OG 1 or 2.
Okay.
I've seen like the playthrough of it, but those are
Okay,
not
well
on there for me.
that's totally fine.
That is a fine spot.
This is the original Ishin.
Have no, I have played this. That was like not finished it, but I have played it.
Mhm.
It was in Japanese. I did not understand anything that was going there, but I did play it on my PS3.
We want me to put this in have not played because it's not a major problem because it did get in English.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's a good idea.
Like a Dragon Online.
Nope, have not played.
Okay. Streets of Kamurocho, which was like a
I
browser
have
game.
it on my Steam. I have played it.
Do you? Okay,
And
we'll keep that on there.
It was flawed but enjoyable.
We'll just throw it up there. A Lost Judgment. I think it's like because there's Judgment, Lost Judgment, and then Lost Judgment, the Kaito Files. I don't know what this other one is.
So Judgment. Wait, sorry. What's that one again?
I don't know because there's Judgment, the sequel Lost Judgment, and then
Right.
Lost Judgment: The Kaito Files, which is like a
Which
big
DLC.
DLC type thing. I don't know. I'm assuming this is DLC for Judgment, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, like let me. It's the Judgment. I don't think Judgment had major DLC either, so I don't. I don't know
I'll put
what
it in
that
have not
is.
played because I don't. Did you play the Kaito Files?
I did play the Kaito
Okay.
Files.
Okay. So
Yeah.
all right. So let's start with number 1, Yakuza Kiwami.
Yakuza Kiwami, flawed. I would put it as flawed but enjoyable because,
Okay.
like, I think the story is still real. Like, I think very solid. I just I think some of the additions, like for it. I think as they're trying to navigate like what a remake of it looks like, building off
Okay.
of like Zero. I just think it was. Yeah, it could have been more. They could have figured out some things. Yeah.
Flawed but enjoyable. Okay. Once again, I haven't played that game in months. Kiwami 2. We're gonna go through. We'll go through these in the series order. Kiwami
Yeah.
2. I just played a few months ago.
What do you think? Yeah.
I would put it in great game. I love the story. I think the villain is now I can't remember his name because I'm playing Ishin, so I want to say like Saito, which I think is his name. Or Saigo.
Ryuji.
Yeah, Ryuji Goto.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I liked him, and I loved the way he felt like, yeah, he wants to be the strongest, and then at the end of the game, spoilers, it's like, I want control and everything, blah blah blah, like a bad guy, but I want control in a way where it's because I'm the strongest, not just because I did whatever I had to do.
Because of political betrayal and whatnot. Yeah.
So I'm gonna put great games. Are you good with that one?
Like, put it there for now. I think like once we rank everything, I want to look back at it.
P-time?
again, like
When I let this go, it stays in this category. We can rank
This is a
it
great
in the
game.
category, but it stays here.
okay. Sure. Well, let's put it in there because I did enjoy Kiwami 2 a lot more than 1. So
Okay. Did you play Yakuza 3, 4, or 5, or just the remasters?
just the remasters.
Okay, because they're probably not that much different, but we'll just put them over here. Okay, Yakuza 3 remaster. I'd put it in flawed but enjoyable.
I agree because man, now that Kiwami 3 is out, like so many people don't have to experience like the drop off from like responsive Kiwami to combat to just
Yeah,
you were
that was
saying,
my
just
big
block
thing.
City. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my big thing with 3. Okay. Where's
I know
4?
I think I know where you're gonna put 4.
Yeah, I know exactly where I'm gonna fucking put 4. I almost made a new segment for this that is just Yakuza 4, and it's below Never Want to Play Again.
Damn.
See, I put it under major problems, but
no.
I understand if you never want to
I'm
play
also
it,
going to
yeah.
put it under major problems in Never Want to Play Again. All right, Yakuza 5.
5, 5. I think 5 for me is like a peak moment for me. Like peak
You say
or
peak
definitely
fiction?
one of the greats. Yeah.
I would put it in great games. I would.
Mhm.
My only issue is like I said, the Shinada, the baseball guy.
That's true. That's true.
Like, that's my big
there's
thing
a
with
lot
it.
going on in that game. That
Yeah. Great games. Are you good with that?
yeah, I am good with that. Yeah.
Okay. Give me just a moment. I just want to be able to. I'm just going to move something over here. I just want to be able to see chat. Because I have not seen chat for a minute. Shonen playing Kenzan. Holy based. Yep. You guys are missing out on Mark Hamill's dub. We talked about it earlier. We did talk about it earlier, Shonen. That's what we're fans. If Yakuza Like a Dragon doesn't get put in peak fiction, I'm gonna fight. Okay, fair enough. Judgment spin-off about a former. Yeah. I don't think he was ever a cop. Yeah, he was a lawyer turned like private eye detective. The D&D session in prison of just hanging around town makes it, yeah, fair. All right, Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. As I just played this one.
Yeah, you've played it more recently than I have. That's for sure.
Yeah. I enjoyed this one. I'd probably put this in great games, maybe even above 5. So the thing is, I like Kiryu's story in 5 more than his story in 6. But as a package, I enjoyed 6 just being able to play as Kiryu the whole time, because I didn't have to get bogged down with with Saijima's was fine. I liked hunting with Saijima in 5. But Sonata did not give two shits about. Akiyama was like, whatever, he's just there. Haruka, we've talked about, in depth, and Kiryu's story in 5 was like, meh. I'm gonna put this in great games because I put this up there with 5 and potentially above it. I think ending of 5 better than 6. Overall, I think I enjoyed 6 more just because I was like, I'm playing as one character and I can beat the fuck out of people.
Like, I do agree, but now, like, I know you have your own, but this is now making me rethink where I put 1, because I think the story of 1 is like I found that better than 6.
Yeah.
But the package, the package of it, because 6, the mini games for there are still great quality. There's so many like memes that came from 6 as well. Yeah. If you put it in great games, I respect that. It's not my favorite. It's not the worst, but it's just not as memorable for me compared to like 1.
Wait, Shonen, is Yakuza 5 the one where you have like the fucking, you're playing as Saijima and you're like, oh yeah, I lived in this town and I went to the city and I had a bunch of money, and it's like a whole like imaginative thing. Is that 5 or 4?
That's
5?
That's 5, yeah.
Fucking hated that shit. I liked his story, and I liked his thing in 5 with like breaking out of prison was much better than his story in 4 where you break out of prison. He did the same thing, but I liked 5 more than that. I just like those fucking memory sequences. Oh my god, bear fighting was definitely a thing in 5. Yes, I did like that.
That's a highlight. That is a highlight for sure.
All right. So that was 6. Let's go with Yakuza 0.
Peak.
Okay.
Easy.
I agree.
Peak.
1000% agree. Okay. Yakuza Dead Souls.
I never want to play Dead Souls again.
Okay. I played it for a few minutes. I don't want to play it again. I will play it again on stream for everybody. 0 is, Neo, 0 is peak.
0 is peak.
Yakuza 0 is fucking peak fiction. Okay? Judgment.
Yeah.
And I'll defer to your judgment. Get it? Mike, do you get it? Mike, do you get it?
I think Judgment is a great game. I think
Okay.
I liked the first one more than Lost Judgment.
Okay.
But once again, maybe this is like colored by just my experience with it. But I just felt like they at the time they brought back the real-time combat and put in other things that made it still feel fresh, and it was cool to see Kamurocho like once again in that modern thing. So
Yeah.
I put it as a great game. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, from what I've played, like my favorite thing, like I said, has just been running around Kamurocho as someone like at that point who's like played through most of the rest of the series and just been like, holy shit, like I'm in a place where I know exactly where to go, but I'm not recognizing everything, and that's a good thing, So what I found myself doing after playing 0 Director's Cut, which like I said, that was like the first, I think, real Kiryu game that actually, no, it's not. The first Kiryu game I played through all the way was Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name.
Such a strange one to start
Yeah.
with for Kiryu.
And no context, for any of the characters in that game other than Kiryu and like the way that I've interacted with him in Like a Dragon. Oh, pee time.
I'm okay. I'm here.
Okay. The end of that game, I bawled my fucking eyes out. Had no idea what was happening, but I bawled my eyes out. And then I replayed it just now after playing 6, which is like it's essentially like a straight up sequel to 6. So now, and after playing, the whole series and now I have the context, and I was like, oh, I was right to cry earlier. But yeah. So Lost Judgment, where would you put that?
Lost Judgment. What else is in Nature Pro? I think Lost Judgment is flawed but enjoyable.
Okay. Better or worse
because,
than Yakuza 3?
Better or worse than Yakuza 3? I mean, it plays a lot better than Yakuza 3.
Yeah.
So I think, like, I don't want to crap on like Yakuza 3 because it has its merits.
Crap
but,
on
like,
everything,
man,
buddy.
But Yakuza 3 was such a slug for me to get through. So I would put Lost Judgment above 3. Yeah.
Okay. And Lost Judgment, the Kaito files.
It's interesting that you have that like separated out because like I feel like I take that whole experience like all together. Like yeah, like just because I would say it's flawed but enjoyable as well because yeah, you get to play as Kaito, but like he's okay, he's not as cool, but yeah.
Who I first interacted with him in Like a Dragon Gaiden because he's in one of the missions there. All right, so down to these last few here. Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Peak. For me. I don't know.
I'm putting it in peak.
Yeah.
Like I said, that was the first one that I played, and that's the entire reason that I played anything else. Okay. Like a Dragon Ishin. This is the remake. I would put this personally in flawed but enjoyable above Yakuza 3.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it. I'm enjoying it. It's not one that I'm like, oh my god, I have to go back to afterwards and replay it and kind of see everything. I'm just like, yeah, I'll play through the story. I'm done with the story. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not disliking my time.
Yeah, I think so. Like the tough part, kind of like I said, is like if you're not invested or have like an interest in diving into historical fiction, you're not gonna, or you're at this deep investment with the Yakuza lore. You're not gonna like it. It's not gonna stick.
Okay. Flawed. Are you good with this? Flawed but enjoyable.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name.
I think it's great.
I would put it in great. I would put this above. I actually might put this right below Kiwami 2. Above 6 and 5.
Yeah.
It's a shorter experience, but I think it definitely it hits those notes that you want it to hit. And like I said, the end shonen, I don't trust anyone that didn't shed a tear at the end of Like a Dragon Gaiden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great story.
Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I would put this in great games.
I'm feeling the same way too. Like it is a great game, but like
story-wise, I think it's not the strongest. But the overall package, like we talked about, like the mini games and like fucking Dondoko Island and Sujimon and everything around the main story, and seeing Ichiban and Kiryu like interact was great.
Yeah.
The main story,
Yeah.
But I would put it in great. I would go back and play this before I'd go back and play 5 or 6.
Yeah,
personally.
True. No, I think it is a great game. Once again, I think it's just it falls into the trap of I guess we got to bring back Kiryu, and then just trying to make it fit, and it's just like, could this have been a better game if it focused just
Yeah.
on Ichiban? Like, I think there's a strong case that it could have been. Yeah.
Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. I'm gonna put this in Peak Fiction. I don't know if you played it.
I'm curious why. Like, is it just because it's 0, but like with quality of life stuff, or?
I didn't play 0. I played 0 Director's Cut, and I know a lot of people that played 0 have big issues with Director's Cut, and you talked about it a little bit, but like for me playing it, I was like, holy shit, I fucking love this game. Also, the English dub helps.
Okay. Yeah, because like I watched the new stuff for Director's Cut. It's just like I feel like the changes that they made, they don't feel as bold as what they were presenting back in 0. And like
Fair enough.
And like it's just like the change that they made, like what are they trying to set up with it? Like that's what makes it like why I feel like the original was a stronger vision, like with that. So
Yeah.
I respect if you put in Pete, because once again, like those it's
The
just
main
like,
storyline.
20 minutes of stuff added change, but everything else is still the same there. Peak. Yeah. And like with the quality of life, being able to save everywhere. Whoa, like
Dig it. All right, last one, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I would put this, honestly, maybe I would put this above 3. Probably right here.
interesting. So you like Ishin more than Pirate Yakuza?
Actually, no, because I forgot. Yeah, the pirate battles, the ship battles.
They're pretty fun. Pretty fun. I might put it above Judgment as well. Like I had a fun time
In
playing
great
this
games or
because-
above Lost Judgment?
Oh, above Lost Judgment. Sorry.
Yeah.
Above Lost Judgment. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a fun time with it, but yeah, it was like, okay, it's there.
Okay. With re-ranking this, can we like move Streets of Kamurocho Show down, because like it's definitely fun but enjoyable, but it's not better than all these other ones.
Fair enough. The only reason Kenzin is in major problems is because it's not in English. There's no English, or not even English, there's no English subs or dubs. It's, never came to the West. All right, this is the definitive Storymoders tier list. Are there any in here besides Streets of Kamurocho that you want to move?
Is 2 better than 8? Is 2 better than 5? Like, I feel like it's the great games part that's kind of like... personally, I might re-rank things. Yeah, like... but... it's splitting hairs, like at this point. Like, they are all great games.
This is kind of where I'm
after
at.
you played... Yeah, same, right? Yeah. But like after you play like 0 Like a Dragon, if you didn't want to commit to playing through things chronologically, I would say pick one of these in great games and maybe read up a little bit, but then just kind of go along for the ride.
So what Mike said earlier was funny, because he was like, you can listen to this whole podcast and hear spoilers, and then by the time you play these games, you won't fucking remember anything. So for me, I played Yakuza Like a Dragon. And then before Infinite Wealth came out, I watched multiple YouTube videos going over the storylines of all of the rest of the series in between. And then by the time I got to Yakuza 0, I was like, I don't remember anything that I fucking saw. There's so many character names. There's so many people that I don't recognize. Let's wrap this up, though, because I got to pee real bad. And then make a pizza. So, this is our ranking. Pee time. Actually, before we get to you, both, I'm going to tell you both what to do, and then, take your time. Mike, Are you streaming soon? I know you streamed just the other day. You're kind of getting back into it. You've got the big thing set up.
Mm-hmm.
You tell us what you're doing, and then pee time, you tell us what you're doing, and I'm going to go pee because it's about to come out of me.
Oh God, yeah, don't piss your seat there. Yeah, Brendan, I'm gonna make this real quick because
No
I want to
worries.
give you as much room as we can. Yeah, this week, either tomorrow as you're watching this, or yesterday as you're listening to this as a podcast, or watching this as a video on demand, or tonight, Thursday, whatever. Yeah, I got my big fuck off curved monitor. I want to get that thing set up. I want to get that thing dialed in on Horizon 5 because I don't think I'm gonna have to do too much fucking around when Horizon 6 hits. So twitch.tv/nerding for beginners. That's where you will watch me probably curse a lot, be very quiet for a while and then get very angry and then complain about doing this on a gamepad, knowing that I am a week away from throwing down for a Moza R3 bundle. And then, as always, check out my photography stuff. It is michael.chandler.photography on Instagram, michaelchandlerphotography.smugmug.com. That's where you can see where everything goes up. I've got a bunch more film to scan, so that's going to be coming out soon.
Very cool. Very
All right,
cool.
Brendan, the floor is yours, my
All
friend.
right. For me, I am Phungtime. That's Phungtime. You can find me on all socials with Instagram, Blue Sky, BS. That's a Blue Sky Tim. And I'm also the main things that I'm involved in. I'm in a band called Indigo Elephant. So we would love it if you checked out the band, share that with your friends. I actually have an Indigo Elephant gig coming up this weekend, so I will be preparing for that. But in terms of like gaming, I don't really stream all that often. But every now and then I pop on and I usually put on for my friends. But if you're interested when I'm on and you hop on the chat, would love to share these opinions and just chat about things. This is my first podcast talking about things, and I had a really great time with y'all. So if anyone else has a stream or podcast where we want to just chat about anything, like please hit me up because Yakuza is just one of my many series that I have poured that I've just absorbed so much information about. If you want to talk Kingdom Hearts, Assassin's Creed, what is something like Life is Strange, like Final Fantasy, like hit me up and I'd be more than happy to share all my nerdy random bits of trivia and as well as my experiences like playing through them as well.
Assassin's Creed, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you haven't done that episode, yeah.
Okay. That other one that I don't know what the third one was.
I was just trying to list off like series that like for some reason I just remember so much more detail about compared to like other things. So.
All right. Well.
Oh, real quick, because I'm not sure if Shonen 111 was here when we were talking about it.
Oh,
but,
yes.
Yeah. So, me and Robert are going to be getting Horizon 6. We are both going to throw down for the premium upgrade because we both are
at the very least.
For game. Yeah, exactly. So we're going to be playing on the 15th. So the episode of Storymoders on the 19th, when the game releases, we're going to be doing a little bit of a review with our 4 days of, early access, quote unquote. And then on Friday the 22nd, we are going to be doing a big old Storymoders community night where we're going to be driving around in Japan in Horizon 6. So, hell yeah, dude. All right.
Yeah.
Well, then,
so
man.
We just said May 22nd. Friday.
Yep.
May 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
Storymoders Community Night. Check out our socials. We will have all of the information there. The homie Sen Nuggies is going to use her, connection magic and try to get the word out as much as possible. And
we appreciate it.
I'm so fucking excited to play this game. Jesus Christ, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to play this game. Excited to play it with you. Brandon, I'm excited that we that you were on here. Like this was awesome.
Mike, we made a new
Thank you.
friend.
This is great.
We did. And I hopefully found somebody that's going to get me out of my musical rut. So
Yes, Indigo Elephant.
I hope you vibe with it. If not,
Yes.
then like we can talk other things, and still be
exactly. I mean,
friends.
listen. It's one of those things. It's where it's just like, it may not be for me, but I love that it's for you, and I want you to keep doing it and smiling. So,
For sure.
Mike's
Weird.
favorite band is Steely Dan.
Okay.
You
that
know.
gets,
I mean,
you might like some stuff. I feel like you'll like the newer stuff that we're eventually gonna put out.
all right.
All right, friends.
Mhm.
We will see y'all next week for some. I don't know what we're talking about next week yet. I'm not entirely.
no
I had an
earthly idea.
idea in my head earlier, and now I can't remember it. We'll figure it out. We'll see you next week here on Storymoders. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already. We would very much appreciate it. Sub to us here on the Twitch. We are live every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time, talking about video games or other video games. It's pretty much all we talk about is video games. It's a video game pod. It'd be weird if we talked about other shit, you know?
I mean, we
Be a
go
little
on
odd.
tangents, but
We
the main
definitely go on
thrust is video
tangents.
games.
Yeah.
But the main thrust is video games.
Yeah. The main hump is
know?
video games. Outro music. Bye.